Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Good
This
morning.
is Ramón Ortega Montes, Moncho, ITTF Foundation Health Impact Manager. We are here to know a little bit more about Agnes from Austria. Hello, Agnes.
Hello.
And Steve from Scotland. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Moncho.
So just as a little bit of introduction to explain a little bit that the ITTF Foundation is the first time that is organizing this kind of activity or point, that is to have a team of 2 players coming from the World Parkinson Table Tennis Championship last year, that it was in Crete in Greece, and they won a raffle and the option to be attending this World Master Championships in Rome this July. And the idea is to have a table tennis team from ITTF Foundation representing the foundation playing into the Masters. So it's the first time that this is happening. So it's a pilot project at the World Masters, and let's go to talk a little bit with Agnes and Steve. So please, could you tell us a little bit about you? Introduce yourself a little bit, please, Agnes.
Okay, my name is Agnes Jan. I'm 60 years old. I'm married to Dietmar for 41 years, and I have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. And our 2 girls have already moved out, and our son is studying languages in Graz. And I live in Ebenthal. It's a village in Carinthia, the southernmost part of Austria. And my current home is only 700 meters away from my childhood home, and where I grew up with 3 sisters, 3 brothers, and my parents. And we had an inn and a farm, and there was a lot of work also for us children. And I loved it because there was always someone there to share problems or joy. And I think it was one of my sisters who why I decided to become a teacher, because she had problem at school, and now I'm retired after suffering from cancer and the new diagnosis of Parkinson's disease. I think.
Thank you very much, Agnes. Is your time, Steve? Could you introduce
Thanks,
yourself a
Moncho.
little bit, please?
Thank you. I'm Steve Morley, age 62, live in Ayrshire now, but originally I'm from East Yorkshire. I've got two grown-up children, 26 and 30, both down in the south of England now. And my partner's Elena, who I've been together with, I'll get this right, 16 years, I think. Other than that, as a career, I was a town planner, economic development officer. When I was diagnosed in 2018, I carried on working for 4 years, but then I retired in 2022. And I took up table tennis 3 years ago. And I haven't looked back really. You know, it's been really good fun.
Thank you very much, Steve. You mentioned that you were diagnosed with Parkinson in 2018, and due to this, it was in 2022 when you retired. Agnes, you mentioned that you were diagnosed with cancer, first, and later you were diagnosed with Parkinson. When was this, please?
It was in 2019 when I was diagnosed with the Parkinson's. It was after I had constant pain in my right side of my body. And yes, I realized that something is wrong with me, and I went to the physiotherapist, and he did some tests and sent me to the neurologist, and then it was the diagnosis.
Good. How the difference was, because before, if you were diagnosed with another, with cancer and with Parkinson, how you faced it, the difference and the situation?
I cannot say it because the doctor believe that it is a side effect. My symptoms are a side effect of chemotherapy and hormone therapy, which I had 7 years after cancer. And so it was, at first it was really not sure that it is Parkinson's. And after I had the diagnosis, I felt free because I knew a name for my disease.
What is the difference between before and after when you were diagnosed with Parkinson? Now you felt that finally I know what I have, and after that, what happens?
Yeah, after that, I read in the internet about the disease of Parkinson's, and I looked what can I do, and so I found articles online about table tennis, and my husband founded a table tennis club 44 years ago in our village, and then I thought I may play table tennis, and but at first I didn't fit in any group. I trained with children's training to learn the technique, and yeah, and then after I had medication and the regular training of table tennis, I felt much better.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Steve, you, after 2018, when you were diagnosed, how did you feel when you received this diagnosis, and how changed your life?
I was diagnosed in 2018, but it was probably it was a year before that I noticed the symptoms. We were actually on holiday, ironically in Crete in 2017, and I noticed my right arm wasn't swinging when I was walking. You know how you swing your arms swing with the opposite arm swings with the opposite leg. It was just hanging. So I went to the GP, and after a lot of tests, and neurology appointments, I was diagnosed in October 2018. So probably for the first 3 or 4 years, my symptoms really weren't that bad. I was, some movement difficulties, but no real tremor or any symptoms. It was only probably the last year or so I've noticed it's got not a lot worse, but certainly I'm slower now particularly in the morning. Sometimes I can walk absolutely fine. Other times I'm taking very small steps just to keep moving. That's the main problem I've had. What else are you asking, Monsieur?
now that both of you are telling me that you were diagnosed and you were doing some hiking, Agnes also about table tennis club, but that was after, perhaps. What exercise or what kind of sports did you practice before, if you were practicing any, and if those sports changed, or if you took another sport like table tennis, for example, after?
I love hiking, cycling, walking, and swimming, and table tennis. I love all sports, all kinds of sports, but I never was part of a club. And before I was diagnosed with Parkinson's, I couldn't walk, and so I was very unhappy because I couldn't do any exercise. And after I had medication and table tennis sessions, I can do all sports now. I can swim, I can go walking and hiking and cycling, and now I'm very happy.
I did a lot of hill walking over the last 20 years. I don't do as much now, partly because I think it's just probably a safety thing. I did 171 rows, that's the Scottish Hills, over 3,000 feet. I really enjoyed hill walking, but in my teenage years, I played football, played cricket, a bit of table tennis, but I didn't play table tennis for another 40 years. And it was only when I saw the research about the links between Parkinson's and table tennis, I looked into whether there was any local clubs. But I've said to other people, it's not something I would ever have thought of doing 5 years ago. It wouldn't have crossed my mind to join a table tennis club. But it's one of the best things I've done. It's been absolutely fantastic. Great sport. And like I say, it's taken over from the hill walking to a large degree. No, it's been good.
And just as both of you, of course, are practicing table tennis, what are your feelings when you are practicing the table tennis, when you are doing this activity in the club after you were diagnosed? How often do you practice? Once a week, 3 times every day? I don't know. Tell us a little bit about your table tennis feeling.
Yes, I practice it 3 times a week at the club for mostly 2 hours or more. And at home, my husband also plays table tennis, and at home we play every day. Yeah.
I'm playing probably 5 times a week with different clubs. Some regular clubs, normal table tennis clubs, but I also play in the 2 Parkinson sessions each week. One's been going for a while in South Ayrshire, and the other one's just started in East Ayrshire. So I'm probably playing at least 4, probably 5 times a week. And again, as Agnes says, probably for 2 hours at a time. So it's a good. I don't think people that don't play table tennis, I don't think they appreciate how much of a workout it can be, and it definitely helps.
Yes.
Elena, my partner, says if I don't play for a few days, she notices that my symptoms do get worse. So that's my excuse for playing.
We have many followers with Parkinson that they are asking us just specifically about that. How long or not how long? How long it lasts the effect of one table tennis session. So when you have these feelings that now you are talking, that you feel very well, how long it lasts after you are doing this session?
Yeah, it lasts until the next table tennis session, and I cannot say because how long it would last if I didn't play table tennis because I play in regular sessions, and but the next day, and it's very good. I can move very good. It's other people would not realize that I'm suffering from Parkinson's.
That is the best example. That is great. Thank you.
I
Steve?
think after a 2-hour session, you're probably quite quite exhausted. But I think, as Agnes says, the next day you probably feel good because you've played the day before or the night before. I must admit, sometimes in the morning, I do struggle to get going, if you like. But if I do exercise that morning or that afternoon, it makes such a difference. You know, I think because the medication overnight, whatever medication you're on, it's going to wear off by the morning. So the first couple of hours in the morning, I do struggle at times, but you know, I play sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evenings, but it really does make a difference once I've gone to. I do exercise classes as well for Parkinson's, as well as play table tennis. But if I'm doing any of those, I can be so much better in the afternoon than the morning. So.
Good. Thank you very much. This is what our followers are asking, because many are detecting that they have or diagnosed with Parkinson, and they are asking how and what to do. So it's perfect for them because they were not practicing table tennis before, just to give them like an example. So now that you talk a little bit about yourself, so now let's go to the thinking about the masters. So how was when you saw that your name was selecting to attend the World Masters last year? Tell us a little bit about that.
No, I was so overjoyed that I couldn't say anything. I lost all my words, and I ran to the stage that you didn't know. I have Parkinson's. And it was the joy, and yes, I was overjoyed.
The first thing I did was check that my number was a 6 and not a 9. It's a number that I think yours was number 7. Is that right, Agnes?
Yes.
And mine was number 6, and that was, I thought, I don't want to get up and you know, say I've won the prize and then find out it was a number 9. But no, I was a bit like Agnes. I couldn't believe that the number had come up. But I absolutely delighted. You know, it's going to be a good experience.
Now, yes.
When I got the number, I said to my husband, "It's my lucky number. I will win the referee."
Very good. So now you see that is a reality, that we are here, that we are quite close. And what is your feeling about how you will be there, will be representing the foundation, that it will be like a team, you will be with your special clothes and this?
Yeah, I am very proud to be a part of such a big event, and it's a chance for me and in my life that I will never going to have again, and a chance to raise awareness of Parkinson's and the benefits of table tennis, of playing table tennis and Parkinson's. Yeah.
Yes, that is the best.
Similarly, yeah, I'm proud to be involved. Looking forward to playing. I think we're both left-handed as well, aren't we, Agnes?
Pardon?
Are you're left-handed?
Yes, you are also left-handed.
That could be a challenge when we're playing mixed doubles, but I'm sure we'll get on fine. We'll do our best. I mean, I don't know how well. I mean, it's obviously the standard of player is going to be very high, even though, I mean, it's a veterans event, but, you know, I'm sure, a good shot, and do as best as we can, ensure that we're, you know, people with Parkinson's or any other health conditions can play in events like this. And just as background, I've played in a few tournaments, both regular and Parkinson's events, and I think Agnes has as well. You know, and it's different sometimes when you're playing you know, because you know, with a Parkinson's event, obviously everybody's in the same boat, and there's some leeway given. You know, if you're playing in a regular tournament, you've got to accept that you're playing not properly. That's the wrong way of putting it, but you know, you're playing, you know, without any leeway being given for your Parkinson's. And it'll be interesting to see well, it will be interesting to see how we get on in Rome. You know.
Yes, as Agnes mentioned, the important also is the awareness of Parkinson, of everyone knowing about Parkinson, but especially that the good thing that is practicing table tennis and the benefits that is bringing to people with Parkinson. So, is there any change, or which changes are you doing in your regular practicing, in your 3 sessions a week or your 5 sessions a week or your special stretching sessions or whatever? Are you doing the same as before, or are you preparing some special sessions? How is the change, or how do you prepare specifically for this event?
I train very hard for this event, and yes, my coach tries to get out of me what is possible, and I do my best. And yes, I think there are always players, they are better than me, but I don't want to lose just because I haven't trained enough. So my training is much stronger now. And
What?
I tried to improve my English to be able to communicate. And I learned Italy.
Agnes, your English is amazing good. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Believe me, it's a lot better than my Austrian or German is going to be. No, your English is absolutely fine, Agnes. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
As for myself, I've been playing probably 4 or 5 times a week for a while, so I'm probably doing about the same as I've done for several months. But I've got, you know, a couple of coaches through the Parkinson sessions and the regular club, and it's just a case of trying to get better, play as well as you can. We've actually just had a new Ursha league set up over the last few weeks, which we've been playing in as a Parkinson's team alongside other regular teams. So last night we played the last match, and we were bottom of the league until last night, and we managed to finish second bottom. So that I mean, there's 4 of us in the team of varying abilities, so we're quite pleased to like I said, not finish bottom. So that was good. But yeah.
Yes. We are always talking about the feelings when you are practicing table tennis, that is motivating you a lot, that your physical, Agnes mentioned before that the next day is amazing, and also your mental and your motivational points, Steve, you mentioned before. So that is regular one. When you are practicing table tennis, is there any change, or what are the changes that perhaps are making you a little bit different in these points, physical, mental, or motivational, related attending this event, going to Rome?
if it has changed something. Yes, joy is back in my life, and yes, I have goals now. I'm working towards, and for example, in the World Championships and the ITTF World Parkinson's Championships, German Open and Scottish Open, and Church Mountain Open. Yes, and I met so nice people last year at the tournaments, and that I want to take part in the tournaments again to see them. And I never used to travel so much, but now we are on the road almost every month.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to attending Rome. I mean, it's been great. I mean, we've managed to get quite a lot of publicity in some of the local newspapers here, and like Agnes, really looking forward to playing in this tournament. Certainly to see what the difference is between this and say the Parkinson's World Championships.
So now you became celebrities. Steve, I saw you in many newspaper, in social media, all these interviews, and you will be standing out of 6,000 players there in Rome. So
I've been trying to spread the message.
good. So you need to be excited. How are you planning this with your family, with your partners attending? How is this going?
Yeah, my son will come with me, and yeah, they are all very happy about me, and it's like Steve had many newspapers wrote about it in Carinthia, and yes, and my family is more relaxed now because my disease is not longer to focus. It's
Very
yeah,
good. Yes,
yeah.
very good.
Similarly, Elena's looking forward to coming along.
So this for me is the best, that now the disease is not anymore the focus. I like this really a lot, a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. I think you start concentrating on the table tennis more than the Parkinson's.
Yes,
And
I think that because
I say 5 years ago, if somebody had playing table tennis 5 days a week, I would have laughed at them. You know, I wouldn't have believed that. You know, so it's just a great opportunity.
so I want now for the end, I want a sentence or a message from each one of you to anyone that is watching us. What will be your message?
My message would be if you have a disease, for example, Parkinson's, never give up and try to find a sport you enjoy. Maybe it's also table tennis, because with table tennis you train reaction, reflexes, speed, concentration, and yes, when you train it in regular table tennis sessions, it will help you in everyday life, I think.
Very good. Thank you.
I would use exactly the same phrase as Agnes. Never give up. And again, I think whatever sport or exercise you choose something you enjoy. You know, if it's table tennis, great. But I mean, obviously, there's other activities that people can do with Parkinson's. But for me, table tennis it really is the ideal sport. because of the hand-to-eye coordination, reactions. I mean, I find I say sometimes I don't feel great, going walking to an event or getting to an event, but sometimes you get behind the table, and I don't know if you go on autopilot. You do think I can probably move better at a tennis table sometimes than I can about the house, and I think it's just psychologically, you've got to play, you've got to at least put, make an effort to get to the ball. So yeah, it's been great.
Very good. Also, thank you very much. Thank you to both of you, Agnes and Steve. We will meet there in Rome.
We will. Are you going to do your dance routine, Moncho?
Sorry?
Are you going to do your dance routine?
We will see. We will see. But in any case, don't forget that table tennis for Parkinson is very good. Always, it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you to both of you. Thank you very much.